Well, hello my beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of March, right through the end of April 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, you will notice that I'm in a different environment than usual, but I've just gone to visit some family members that I haven't seen for years and years and years. So I will be back in my usual space in the next week and a half or so. So I just thought I'd let you know. But let's move straight on with your reading. Your 6th house is actually governing you at this time, and that's really about your daily routines, schedules, and focusing on work, paying bills, looking at savings plans or pensions, budgets, repayment plans, and basically your responsibilities and tasks within your working environment. And if you're currently out of work and looking for work, I feel like, you're really focusing on getting your resume in order, putting it out there. This is really about being super organized, and this house can actually feel like it's a bit humdrum, like nothing is happening. It's the same old thing, just a different day, and it's a cycle of repeat. But actually, it's a very important house because it keeps everything running smoothly in your life. So don't dismiss it. I definitely see also your focus on your health, building healthier boundaries in the working environment, and looking to find joy in your everyday circumstances. Not just in terms of, when you have fun going out with friends, but, in what you do. Finding the pleasure in what you do, because you tend to be there for quite a few hours. So it's really about enjoying yourself, but also getting the best out of the circumstances that you can get, okay? Now, looking at your overarching energy, I definitely see that you are very organized this month, and I feel, this is leadership energy, so I feel like you're on top of things. If there's any deadlines that you have, you're definitely gonna make those deadlines, and this is about you being in charge, really bossing up. Some of you are working hard towards promotion. I do see a little bit of a surprise coming in your career in the next 6 weeks or so. It is a lucky surprise, so we'll go a little bit deeper and see what else is going on there. But your 1st house basically takes over from your 6th house, and that's round about the end of March into April. And this is really about your identity, revamping the way you approach work, or even revamping, a work wardrobe. For example, if you tend to wear a uniform, this may be a period where your bosses step in to give you a budget to get, a new wardrobe for your work, or some of you are thinking about getting some new clothes for your working environment at this moment in time. You may be using it as expenses and things like that. But ultimately, this is really about you looking at what makes you unique when it comes to your working environment, standing out from the crowd. A lot of you are going to be doing some soul searching during this period to find out where you truly belong in your career. And if you're unhappy with anything, then this is a perfect time for you to focus on setting changes for the better. And I'm only reading the upright in these decks just to make you aware there. Your first card is actually the Emperor. So this indicates that you're very serious about your career at this time. I mean, you tend to be very serious already, but I feel this is more about you being super focused, being strict with a budget on a personal level as well. And it's really about keeping life moving in the right direction. We have a Knight of Pentacles here as well at the end of April, and this indicates some sort of financial surprise for you that is positive. I mean, for some of you, it could be there's a bonus coming in. I mean, it's the Knight of Pentacles, which means it's a small increase there. For some of you, it could be that you're getting some sort of increase in your wages itself, and it's not a bonus. I know economically things are a little bit difficult, so the chances of an increase are very slim, but it is showing up here for you, and it is a nice surprise. So let's see your cards in general. We got leadership there. Okay, I hope you can see this on the camera there, because obviously I'm in a different environment, so it's going to look differently there. But this card, it's all about bossing up. And with this card, it really indicates that, you're in charge of your career, or you're taking charge of something. I actually feel a little bit of a conflicted energy coming through. It's like a conflict of interests. So, I mean, with the Lovers card in the resistance position, some of you may be thinking about leaving a place that you once loved because you feel like you've hit a plateau or a glass ceiling in your career. You've come as far as you can, because this is a card of being truly established at what you do. You're someone who's very gifted, very talented, and you feel like you want to grow in your career, but you may feel that you've hit a certain level where there's no opportunity to rise or elevate. Some of you, I definitely see with that Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands, you're just searching for something a little bit more challenging in a really exciting way. You want to transform the way that you work. You've got a Ten of Cups there, which means, you kind of enjoy what you do. Because you have skills that are transferable to either a different role or to a different company. I feel, the Ten of Cups is like the end of something that you enjoyed. You've come to the road of something, and now you want to move on to something new, pastures new. I feel like those skills are transferable there. But the Ten of Cups is looking for the Holy Grail when it comes to your career sector. So I feel actually in the next 6 weeks, there's something coming in that you're going to be truly happy with regarding your career. But I feel like you're actually, not waiting around for the opportunity to elevate or staircase. You're making opportunities happen for you. Now, for some of you, with the Ten of Cups there, it can indicate that some of you work for your family, or you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders right now. Yes, you want to enjoy what you do, but at the same time, you have a lot of responsibility elsewhere. So it could indicate that some of you are thinking about taking a secondary job, or you're currently doing something that perhaps is a stepping stone onto something that you actually want to do long term, that's more in alignment with your heart. I see the month of April in particular offering an opportunity for you to follow your heart and increase your finances there. So some of you may be putting out your resume to see if there's alternative opportunities out there, or with this card, it could be that you're actually just keeping your eye on the job market right now. Whatever career sector you're in, if you work for a company, I feel like your boss actually really likes you. They see you as someone who is successful, who is likable in the workforce. They may not say it to your face, but actually they really enjoy your work ethic. They see that you're dependable, and they know that they can rely on you when it comes to your skill set. You're someone who, you work really well as a team member, but also you work really well alone. Some of you may be thinking about partnering up with a family member in business. This could be a secondary stream of income or a project that's really close to your heart. For some of you, it could be real estate, or something that indicates you and a family member, or even a friend. You've got skills that complement each other, and it will be very successful long term. I mean, with the Strength card there, I feel like having the courage to launch it, go for it. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like the time is now. It feels very much like, you're going to be in the right place at the right time to launch a new opportunity, but be bold and daring and recognize that you are unique, and that is your superpower. For those of you who are an entrepreneur, I definitely see that you're trying to have the best of both worlds, that you can find balance in your career, enjoy what you do. Some of you may even think about being nomadic in your career at this time, if you're an entrepreneur. But I definitely get a sense here that some of you have been super serious about your working environment, and other areas of your life have been not suffering, I don't want to say that, but you may not have been focusing on other things like love at this time, or relationships, friendships, but I feel like you're trying to create a level of balance in your career that makes sure that you have the best of both worlds. I do see some of you setting up second streams of income at this time, but what I am getting here is you know, the Ten of Cups is like, how can whatever it is that you're working on right now, how can it benefit you and your family? So with that Ten of Cups energy, this indicates that things, you know, they're ticking over nicely. Of course, there are some worries there, but I feel like overall, there's this energy of you may not be super rich at this time, but it's really about finding value in what you do, having a sense of purpose, peace and harmony in the working environment. And some of you may feel that, you know, you've been working in an environment that feels a little bit conflicted, or things have not been fair. There's no balance there. And I'm getting a small portion of my beautiful Librans out there may have had to take some sort of argument or discrepancy to HR. I mean, this will be leveled out. Things will go in your favor. But I feel the person that you're dealing with, they may not get their just desserts on this. I feel they'll be spoken to, but I just feel like they'll just go and, you know, perhaps transfer their negative energy onto somebody else. If you're feeling micromanaged, I feel this person is just going to keep on doing what they're doing. However, they may do it to you less or stop because you've called them out on it. But I feel diplomatically, you're taking the right lines of inquiry by taking it to a higher governing body to sort it out, okay? I feel like you're making the right choice and you're leading with integrity. Also, I would say document every incident. If you're going through some difficulties at work, if someone's bullying you or someone is challenging you or singling you out, because this person sees you as competition, actually. They see you as too much competition, and you know, you have what this person cannot offer to the role. I feel for some of you, there's also an opportunity coming in. It could be a promotion that's being made available if you work in a company environment, and there's going to be a couple of people who go for this opportunity. One person may try to make you look bad in order to make themselves look good. So just watch out for that. Again, document anything that is untoward, and I feel like you'll have a full sort of set of accounts of what's going on, and you can take it to HR or to a higher governing body. And again, I feel it will be dealt with, but you may not be 100% satisfied with the way it is dealt with, but it actually decreases and you can get on with doing what you want to do. Now, also that Ten of Cups energy is really about seeking peace, harmony, and attracting more wealth and prosperity in your career sector. But also it's mainly about enjoying yourself. How can you do something that you love, that pays, you know, enough money to keep you living the life that you want to lead? And I feel a lot of you are doing a brainstorming event or writing lots of different ideas down of how you can you know, set up second streams of income. I would say don't spread yourself too thin, but I do see an opportunity for you to launch something that requires you to come out of your comfort zone, and it's going to be very, very successful for you as well. I feel it will start slow, okay, at first, but it will pick up. So don't be disheartened or disgruntled if it's a slow process. Once you launch it, I feel it will gain some traction as you move out of April into May, June, July, and onwards there. Now, some of you, if you're an entrepreneur already, I feel, you know, things may have been a little bit slow. I feel the job market has been a little bit tense recently. Some of you are trying to manage stress levels, but things will pick up for you as you move through April into May for you. I just want you to be aware of that. A little bit more money starts coming in, so don't worry about it. I know it's easier said than done. Economically, things are shifting, and there is going to be a lot more, like in you know, news sources, if anybody actually reads or watches that anymore, you're going to see a lot more downsizing in companies. There is going to be some redundancies across the board. I'm not talking about where you're at. Looking at your chart right now, I feel like things are in a good position for you. I actually see that some of you may launch a new idea or take on a new project, or actually, you know, pursue a new opportunity that's going to be really challenging and transform your career. It's a new endeavor that has a lot of energy to it, a lot of drive, a lot of inspiration there, and I feel it's something very exciting for you that increases your finances. So if you are putting your resume out there, there's definitely opportunities coming. If you're currently out of a position, and you're looking for a working environment, you're looking for a job opportunity, I do see one coming in. I see that you've been really patient. Some of you have felt, that perhaps the job market has been a bit challenging, and of course it has, but the right opportunity is being lined up for you. And with this Ace of Wands, you're going to hear about it quite soon. If you haven't heard about this, hopefully you can see that on camera actually, I'll pop that there. If you haven't heard anything over the last couple of weeks or months, I feel like this is all going to change for you in the month of April in particular. I would actually say it's more the end of March. There's an opportunity coming in, and I feel like you're going to be super inspired and have the energy and drive to go after it. This is a card that transforms. So dream big, dream bold. I actually see that you get a little bit more money than you were expecting in the role as well. So I feel either you negotiate a better deal, or this opportunity is being offered at a higher level, which is so unusual in this job market at the moment. People tend to look at skill sets, and you're starting with the Emperor energy, and that means that you're highly qualified or highly gifted at what you do. You work really hard, you put yourself where you are right now, and you've worked hard to get there. So I feel like you need to recognize that you are a gift in the working environment. You really are an asset, whether you're in an industry and you work for yourself, or whether you work for others in a company. You are a linchpin. But in the current job environment, people are kind of looking at very talented people and sort of saying that they are overqualified, so they don't have to pay out as much money. And things will shift. I really want you to be aware of that. Things will shift, because in an age where quantity seems to be winning over quality at the moment, there will definitely be a shift here where quality is more important than quantity, and you offer both. So I feel, there is an opportunity coming in for you to thrive in your current circumstances. Now, this is a card of having energy, lots of it. So if you've been feeling a little bit unmotivated or really challenged recently, pushed and pulled in many different directions, I feel like, the next 6 weeks, you're going to have a lot of energy to be super organized, and you're going to be really proud of yourself that you got a lot done. The next 6 weeks is a time of productivity, of creativity, lots of brainstorming, new ideas, and this could be like a new client or a new project that comes in. But it can also be a fresh approach at doing something that you usually do typically day to day, but you just want to do it in a different way that makes it more enjoyable. So it could be that you're streamlining your energy to make sure that you finish earlier, because I feel like you're starting something and then finishing it quite quickly. So I feel like you're really on it over the next 6 weeks. Now, of course, we have the Lovers card. It's in the resistance position, so it's almost like you got it in the reverse. Okay, now it will go into the upright by the end of April, but this card indicates some of you may be leaving a position that you once loved. Now, either you feel someone in that industry is abusing their power in some way, or you feel like, you've come as far as you can with the situation, but, this really indicates detachment, leaving a partnership. So it could be, that some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you're leaving your accountant because you feel like they've not been really on it. You've had to correct them several times. They've just been coasting. For some of you, it could be that you change service providers if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're in a company, it could be that you decide to leave that partnership and move into a different company or a different sector. Or I'm also getting this energy of company merge. Okay, so I feel there may be like a breakaway from a merge, or it's a merge. I can't really tell. I have to pull a card on it. I'll always be honest and say, normally I get this energy where it's like there's a merge going on, but I feel there's like a breakaway energy happening here. So it could be that there's an independent energy, 8 of Wands. This is news coming in, the Death card. Yeah, the end of a partnership. So it could be that if, for example, your company merged with another independent provider, it can be that both of you are like sustainable now and you're deciding to separate, but I feel like there's a breakaway or a branching off. Now, this could also manifest in a way where someone in your industry is deciding to leave the company that you currently both work in, and they go to set up their own practice on their own, and they headhunt you or they poach you for their own company. So you could have a conversation regarding that during the next 6 weeks. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're in a partnership, you may actually leave a partnership behind because you want to go independently. But this is a change that is going on in your working circumstances, but actually it elevates you. Eight of Wands is really great news. It also indicates a high moving energy, and things are going to be pretty fast paced for you, and I feel like your future self will thank you for being super organized over the next coming weeks. Now with the Lovers card, some of you personally, you could have been going through a separation or divorce, and you're trying to channel all your energy and your focus into your career at this moment in order to avoid feelings of sadness, because I feel like you've been moving through a certain era in your life and you're entering a new cycle. I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I know how difficult it can be when you're trying to focus on your career, and at the same time behind the scenes your heart is breaking because you're going through some sort of hardship that is personal to you. It doesn't have to be a breakup. It could be that for some of you, you're grieving, or it could be some of you are going through a really difficult time behind the scenes, especially with the Five of Wands. There's a lot of pressure there. I see that the pressure will ease, and I'm sending you so much love and so many hugs out there. I do see that things will get easier and that you are a very strong person, and things will improve. But of course, time is a healer, is what I see there. And with respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. But I do see some really quick changes happening in your career sector. This could also be quick changes in your money situation. It could be that suddenly there's a bonus or an increase in your finances. You could also get news from financial institutions regarding your finances. There could be a letter that comes through from a financial institution where you house your finances or assets to let you know that you're covered for a certain amount. And also, I feel like there's some changes of policies going on there. I have mentioned it in my yearly readings. Financially, there's going to be some twists and turns this year. And I would say, big months to look out for: September, October, November, because the planetary alignments are pretty much in the same position as where we've had other financial problems, big crashes, things like that. So the energy lends itself to financial problems, let's put it that way. I would say also March 25th, big eclipse happening, and there could be some shocks in the financial sector regarding that. I did call it a couple of weeks ago that you'll start to see people who are very wealthy start to sell off their stock, shares, properties, things like that, almost like they know something is afoot that we don't know. And then we started to see it happening in real time, and it was reported that these people were actually starting to sell stuff. So I could see it and feel it in the energy before things happened. And this is based on planetary alignment, but also energy that I can read. So some of you are just looking at your partnerships, and I'm not talking about friendships and love relationships and things like that, although of course you're looking at your working environment partnerships and really like looking at who supports you, who's on side. But ultimately you're looking at service providers, where you house your finances. Some of you may break away from an institution that perhaps you've been with long term because you feel things are shifting. You may even be looking at their profile. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. There should be lots of graphs in the water right now. So if you are with a financial institution that, okay, I'm going to have to just give you what I can see and what I'm being told, that float their assets on the market. You may want to look at their graphs and how up or down they are, and that may inform you about how well the institution is doing and whether you feel that your finances are safe there. Now, I want you to be aware, I see nothing untoward here, so I'm not here to make anyone paranoid. This is not clickbait. I'm not here to do that. I can just see it, feel it. There are some changes happening, and this is a reading for career and money. So whether you're in a job market right now or you're looking for one, everybody needs money to be able to pay bills. So I feel like you may be just keeping an eye on that at this time. Also, this card, you know, the Lover's card, it used to be called the Choice card. And of course, in this deck, it's called Choice as well. So some of you may be, you know, keeping your eyes peeled to see if there's new opportunities out there. And you may have felt that there's no opportunities at this present moment in time. But that's all about to change. The end of March into April, it changes for you, where there is a new one coming in. It's really fast paced. I feel like maybe a little bit more pressure in this particular environment, but I feel like the money's really good and actually you really enjoy it. I feel like you will thrive in this environment. It's not a pressure where you feel that people are, you know, caustic or that there's no workers' morale. It seems to be an opportunity where people get on together and they work as a team. And I feel, although it will be very fast paced, it just feels exciting, is what I'm seeing there. Now, we do have the Five of Wands, okay, and it is in the resistance position. So again, it's like you got it in the reverse. And this can indicate that, you know, when you go for a new opportunity, some of you may be going for an appraisal and your boss may offer an opportunity to step into a new position. I feel it's, you know, I gotta be honest with this. I feel that you may be expecting a certain amount of money in this position that's offered, but I feel like they're going a little bit low at the start. I mean, you could negotiate up a little bit. I do see there is room for maneuver there, but they may be trying to sort of sound you out to see if you'd be interested in taking on more responsibility at your working environment. But the money, it's not that much extra. So you may have to say, look, I would love to step into that position. I've definitely got transferable skills. However, I feel, you know, in order to step into that role, especially since you may know the clients or the way that the company works, which will work in your favor, I really see that actually there's no competition. You're the person for the job. I feel nobody does it better than you, but at the same time, I feel like you can command a little bit more money, and I feel you'll have to negotiate that. There is a conversation coming here for you. But if you're currently looking for a job, I feel there is an opportunity coming in that's a little bit more money than you were having in the past. So that is really positive there. Now, of course, the Five of Wands in the resistance position indicates that, you know, sometimes you forget that you can offer skills that other people cannot offer. Naturally, you're gifted at what you do. You're very talented. You're in control. You're channeling that energy. You're someone who is a go-getter, and you're actually more established in a role than you give yourself credit for. So I definitely see that confidence is the key to your success here, but also I feel like you're managing stress levels at this time. And if you've come to the end of a particular way of working, even if you're an entrepreneur, you know, you could be doing something that you absolutely love, because the Ten of Cups is like, you know what, you love what you do. You put your whole heart and soul into every little detail and task that you have to do for your day-to-day. But you may have come as far as you can with it and feel it's time for a little bit more inspiration, or it's time for a little bit of a plot twist or a challenge in order to open yourself up to new ideas. Because I feel like you're going to be super inspired and really go with new ideas that are coming in. With the Justice card, I feel like you need to make some adjustments to make this happen. I do see that you're going to be very busy with, you know, paperwork. Some of you, major documentation month for you. So this could be important documents. These could be legal documents, maybe even new contracts. Some of you, if you're leaving a position, you may be offered like a gardening leave. So it's almost like a period of time where you're still beholden to the company that you're leaving, but they have to pay you like 2 or 3 months in order to hold you whilst they work out the logistics, but also make sure there's privacy, that you're not going to, you know, tell company secrets, all things like that. Because I see right now like a NDA, is that what you call it? A non-disclosure agreement. For some of you, you may even enter into a career where you have to sign one of those. Maybe you're going to be dealing with very famous or high-profile clients, or you yourself are a high-profile client and you're making sure that the company that you're partnering up with, you know, do not disclose your personal data to anybody. So I see something like that coming in there as well. Now, with the Justice card initially in the resistance position, you can feel that something about your working practice isn't quite fair or is just out of balance, but it could also indicate that you've been working so hard, spending extra hours on whatever it is that you do, that you've left little time for enjoyment, but you do readdress the balance as you move through the month of April in particular. For some of you, you're tying up those loose ends to make sure you can have more time with family. Maybe this is through a vacation, or I feel some of you, you have a lot of family responsibilities on your shoulders and you're just trying to spin all the plates. You know, if you're a parent, for example, it could be that you're coming up to a period where school's out and you have to make sure that you have time with your family, at the same time take some time off from work. So it could be vacation energy, or, you know, going to groups and hobbies during holiday season. So I definitely see that you're trying to create that level of balance there. Now, the outcome energy, we got changing cycles, but also this is the Wheel of Fortune energy. So I definitely see that there is a little surprise at the end of April that is going to be very beneficial for you. For some of you, you know, I almost want to say it's not a promotion. I feel it's more that it's like extra money, or a bonus, or even an incentive to take on a new project or a new high profile client. But I feel it puts you in a really great position to staircase in your career. For some of you, it could be that you're making employee of the month, or I do get this energy of being headhunted or poached. You know, I'm just going to pull a quick card on the Wheel of Fortune for you, because it is confirmed there by a strength card, which means, you know, having the courage of your convictions, being bold, doing something really daring that you may consider is like a calculated risk in your career. I mean, you've got Seven of Cups here, which is your options. You're looking at your options to see if you can get the best out of the circumstances that you're in right now. But also it's about visualizing what it is that you want in your career. For some people, you know, the answer is straight away going to be, I want more money. You know, for some it's going to be, actually, I want to feel a sense of value and purpose in my career right now, and the money would be nice. For some of you, it could be that you want second streams of income, or you want to change your hours at work so you have more time for your family, or to be with family, or to have, you know, personal life, and, you know, work different hours there. I do apologize. I'm in my family's apartment here, and it's just above a restaurant, and, you know, yesterday there was like some big celebrations going on, and they're clearly clearing up this morning, and it's super loud. So I hope it you know, doesn't take over the microphone, you can't hear me, but yeah, I just thought I'd make you aware of it. Now, as you can see here, we do have the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups there. Now, the Seven of Cups, of course, is options, but I feel like there is an opportunity to partner up and do something that you love. The Two of Cups, when you apply it to a career reading, it literally means an exchange of your skill set for financial reward, but can also indicate an encounter where you will benefit. So it could be an opportunity to partner up with a new company, or, you know, your company is currently breaking away from a different partnership and moving into a different sector or a different partnership there that will benefit you all long term. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be that there is a potential collaboration being offered to you, and you may want to make sure you negotiate a better deal. I would say if you're already in a partnership, I see you potentially leaving this partnership, because I feel like this person that you're working with, they don't invest as much time and energy into the job as you do, and you feel that you'd rather just go solo, or you're looking at your options. I feel contractually you may be bound to this situation, but I feel like, you know, you'll go through the right lines of inquiry until the end of the contract is served before you actually legally can move away from this. Also, I feel for some of you, not all of you, I'm feeling about 10% of you will have some sort of flirtation at your working environment, and you know, I feel this could turn into a high level commitment. So if you're looking for love, some of you are like, no, don't want to have any connection romantically with someone at your work, because you want to be professional. You've got the Emperor there. I feel This is someone who may be on a different department or a different floor than you, so it could work. I definitely see that happening there, but it could also be like a client or, you know, someone, a service provider who comes into the working practices or is in some way connected to your industry, and you won't spend every day or every waking hour with this person. So I actually see that if you're looking for love, there's a potential for a soulmate there as well, okay? But the main energy I've got with this Wheel of Fortune is that there is a lucky partnership or a lucky opportunity that you will, you know, grab with both hands. Something that you've been manifesting for quite some time, but you may need to make some sort of bold move in order to go for it. But also with the Strength card, this is a reminder of your sense of value, okay? That working practices, it's really important. You know, yes, you're super serious about your job and you're really organized and you're really talented. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your work ethic. You know, sometimes when a person is seen as a hard worker, they love what they do, someone who is lazy and doesn't have the talent will try to abuse that situation to either make the really hard worker, you know, you, my beautiful Librans, do double work, do their work. So you may have encountered someone to come towards you trying to delegate their work onto you. I feel like you're erecting healthier boundaries in your working practice. And if you're an entrepreneur, I also see you establishing healthier boundaries and having a cutoff time so that you're not working 24/7, because you do need to have balance in life between fun and work, okay? Also, the Strength card, it indicates that actually you'll have all the resources you need available to you to make some changes in your working environment. And we have a Knight of Pentacles here, okay? Now, the Knight of Pentacles is an interesting card because although there's money coming in, it can also feel very stationary. It feels like there's stagnancy there. So some of you are looking at making some changes to make sure it doesn't feel like that. But the Knight of Pentacles actually means, you know, that your finances are based on hard work and that you're being really careful with your finances at this time. You are going to be having some extra resources coming in your way financially. I feel it's a surprise. So I'm feeling bonus energy or incentive energy there. Could also be if you're like into acquisitions and assets, it could be that there's a small increase in what you own already. If you're in real estate, for example, I know the real estate market is fluctuating heavily, but it could indicate that some of your property prices could go up at this time if you're thinking about selling. I feel ultimately there's going to be more money in your pocket. You're attracting more wealth, but at the same time, I feel like you're working really hard for it. So you're looking at the payoff. And that's what that Two of Cups really is about. It's the payoff. It's the exchange between all the effort and the hard work that you put into something and what is the reward. And you're not doing something in order to get reward out of it. But the law of the universe is that everything must have an opposite or an attractive kind of energy where you put something out and something else comes back to you, like the law of karma. And I feel for some of you, things have not been fair for a while, and I feel now you're aligning yourself with an opportunity that you will absolutely love. And I feel you may be signing like a new deal or partnership very, very soon that you will benefit from, and there is a small increase there as well. So I'm just going to go and get some final cards before we close your reading. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? I'm actually seeing a horseshoe right now, okay? A horseshoe. Now, this has come up before in a reading in the last couple of weeks. It may have even been for your sign. I can't really remember. So much has been happening over the last couple of weeks there. But horseshoes, they tend to be lucky. But if you're going for an interview, you could see one on the way to that interview, or perhaps the company that you're interviewing for has a horseshoe, or maybe there's a logo, or even if you go for an interview or an appraisal over the next coming weeks, you may see a horseshoe shape in your boss's office or in like a new company's office. So look out for that. It represents like good luck, but also if you think about horseshoes, they obviously tend to be on horses. So I feel like, you work hard, but now you're going to get an extra piece of luck to help you on your path. Now, the two final cards in that deck, we've got Community and Conquering. So definitely some great news coming in your way. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Whoa. Okay. We've also got Rituals there as well. So it says community, okay? So again, that really connects to partnerships at this time. You know, who's got your back? Some of you are thinking about maybe nomadic working environments, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you work on your own. You may be trying to network with like-minded people, or some of you are partnering up with new alliances in your working practices. But it says here, good time to make new connections. The universe may send some beneficial alliances your way. Friends, your soul tribe, and socializing. Okay, so I definitely see that. I mean, I feel some of you actually know someone in a working practice that is doing really well, and they may tell you about an opportunity that you're really curious about. You'll do your due diligence before you actually go for it, is what I see, but I can see here that you do really well in it. Just make sure there's a contract, and I feel it's going to be very beneficial for you, but also gives you a bit of extra money as well. We've also got conquering. Victory will be yours. Set your intention and watch it come back to you. So that's that law of attraction, that attractive energy that like a magnet, you put out energy and you are given reward for it. Overcoming, victory, and success. So this is really you being recognized for your skill set, but an opportunity that feels like you're winning. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're putting yourself out there for a bursary or an award, or you know, you're entering some sort of competitive arena and you win the role or the job. And I feel like, you know, you need to champion yourself, because actually you have more power in your position than you give yourself credit for. We also have foresight. Okay, foresight. Now, this says seeing into the future, planning ahead, early retirement, material gains, career arc. Now, of course, for some of you, that kind of end of a cycle or something has run its course and it's coming to an end could also apply to people thinking about taking early retirement, or, you know, thinking of a date where you feel like you should retire. Intuitively, you will know the right date that is right for you. And I feel, you know, you're going to retire with a nice amount of money that keeps you comfortable. You worked so hard for it, and I feel you'll do a lot of traveling, but ultimately I feel like you're going to find where you feel like you belong and focus more on your sense of life purpose, your belief system, and, you know, I feel like your choices are going to be so free, and it's just going to make you feel lighter, and you're going to be very relaxed. I know, you know, with the economic market as it is right now, some of you may be a little bit nervous or worried, but things will plateau and level out. But I feel like you have to keep your eye on where you house your finances. I mean, that's everybody across the board. I don't see anything happening untoward here, but I feel like you're aware that money can be easy come, easy go. So I feel like you're being stricter with your budget, or trying to work out a budget to see how retirement will go before you actually make that decision. And also we've got rituals. You know, some people, they have financial rituals, mantras that they say to themselves. I mean, the horseshoe could be indicative of that as well. But it says here, bringing in prosperity, movement, objects of power, affirmations, and making it rain. Now, objects of power, instantly I thought of like real estate, property. So some of you may be going into that, or thinking about selling property, moving into different property there. But ultimately, I feel, you know, this is about you and your relationship with money. You know, money is important. We need it to pay bills. But if we focus on it as being, you know, the be all and end all, that's when we kind of like stagnate. It's about enjoying life and our position, living in the moment as much as possible. And, you know, of course, trying to increase finances to help secure families and friends, to make sure that it eases the pressure. You know, so many celebrities say, or really rich people, they say that money doesn't make you happy. You know, it doesn't buy happiness. So I feel like you're starting from a really great position where it's like the little things that are important to you, that matter the most at first. You're focusing on that, and actually money is going to flow from there. Don't get me wrong, I see that you work really hard for what you earn, but I feel like you're on the right path to secure your future and be in a really good position long term, okay? Now I'm just gonna go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we've only got one rune, and it is a really exciting one. It's the Hero rune, which basically means there's a lot of potential in the situation that you're in right now, but also that you're taking matters into your own hands and you're trying to challenge yourself in a really exciting way to move up the career ladder, but also move into a position that has a stable amount of money. For some of you, you may be launching like a side hustle or a creative endeavor on the side that will bring in excess money. I want you to be aware of that. But it will fluctuate is what I see. There could be one month where you get a lot of money, another month where there'll be a little bit less, and then the next month it could be even more than you've ever made. So I do see a fluctuating amount, like a second stream of income energy coming in as well. But I feel things are going to tick over nicely for you there, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Librans. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too, okay? They want me to give you one more thing. One moment, please. Okay, I'm being given, friends in high places, but also making endings become beginnings. So if some of you lost your job or, a role got terminated, I feel, there is a new beginning for you. So I know things may be a bit challenging or you've been a bit worried there, but I actually see an opportunity coming in that elevates your position and takes the pressure off, okay? So I hope that helps someone out there because I definitely see that coming through. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.